The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
This is bad news.
Is drowsy.
Right,
This
okay,
was
so I'm going to move this along, and then I'm going to investigate where the fuck my drow currency went.
And it's not even in the annotations, which is the ones that say like
Yeah.
all clans or Imperial Mark. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not in here. Right, so... I'm going to say it's 1/3 value of Imperial marks, because that's what Cesaria use. And Cesaria has a lot of trade with drow. So he will offer you... Oh shit, I don't know. 8,000 krona.
Oh, that's for the maces.
Yeah.
Okay. What we're going to be selling was it? How many extra weapons are we?
A bunch of them were just iron, but this is the other adamantite weapon we have.
The daggers won't be worth squat. They'll be
No.
worth.
But for 1,000, the dagger's worth 1,000 marks normal. So if we offer that,
Which is a quarter of what the.
so 2,000 marks,
2,000. Yeah.
assuming the offer is the same in ratio.
Yeah, okay, we'll sell that one then, and then that way. That should still get us a few nights.
More than a few nights.
It should give us like a week, and
Yeah.
if we need it, and because of course the actual market's not that far away, is it?
We are basically.
Yeah.
So I guess we tell this guy that we're taking
Yep.
his deal.
Alright. I'll give you 8,000 for the mace.
We're not doing the mace.
We're selling
We were
the dagger.
saying. We're doing the dagger because
The dagger will be much less.
Yeah.
2,000
we.
at the same
So
ratio.
4,000.
Oh, no.
2,000 at the same ratio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. If it's the same ratio, it'd be 2,000. Yeah.
So I guess I just have to find someone to buy it, I guess.
That's not hard.
Yeah, the market's right near where we were.
Don't mind me, I just popped up another image by mistake. I'm just putting it back. Okay.
So we'll pass the dagger over to our charisma bag.
And used to carry.
Yeah, and I'll carry him.
I guess I'll roll to make sure we do get the. That's right on my charisma, so I imagine that means we do get our 2,000.
Righto. Yeah. The merchant will buy it off you. Obviously, you being a man works against you heavily. So you do not get any better deal.
Yeah.
And you are given monies! A lovely red clinky coin.
Sorry.
We have. I'll write it down here. 2,000. That was a krona, you said it was a.
Well, that's what I'm using as the. Jesus, sodding cunt, fuck, I did the thing.
You did.
I'll put it in
Effectively,
quote
it's the
marks.
standard.
Krona. This should give us a. Assuming we don't need to spend on other things, it'll give us. Well, I suppose we've got food we've got to eat. At least get a few days of food and board out of that.
The Drow Guard implied that we had to make ourselves available for them. So I
Yeah.
guess
You
know
will take
where
up
we
hands.
stay.
I don't think that exchange went as well as it could have with the trading of the dagger.
Perhaps it would be better if you did the
It might.
exchange in the future.
Guards will approach or escort you to the inn. You go inside, and there are a lovely number of female servers moving around like a tidy little tavern. They lead you past all that, and the tavern is like a proper set up Welsh tavern. So you're all made to feel really unwelcome as you come in, and everyone stops what they're doing and looks around. It's just like,
Two orcs, one's being carried.
and cripple,
Yeah.
double bad, kill. Walks up to a woman, an impossibly busty drow,
Possibly busted.
and they converse in drow, and she eventually coughs up a pair of room keys.
Thank you.
The kitchens will cook what you bring for a fee. The tavern is open most hours. There is no rowdiness after hours.
What are your general other rules?
Perhaps it would be best if you bought the human's book, the man's book. I will sell you a copy for 800. 200, not 8.
Please. Oh, just nod at Saphira.
Who's paying?
I nod at Saphira.
Okay, so 2,000 minus
200. They haven't told us about anything about the rooms.
okay, minus 2.
So,
It's 20, I told you that.
20.
Yeah, that's per room though, right? So it's 40. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Book rooms day 1.
It's paid by the day as we go. We don't know exactly what's going to happen after all.
1760 is what we got left. If my math is correct.
You will be escorted to your rooms and left alone. Ah, yes, the book you purchased.
Thank you.
One map.
Squishy time.
Oh! This is one of those things. It's not I just put this down. This is
You're going to need to know some of the symptoms.
a traveller's guide to the exciting city of Vuxalaxazax. Vuxalazax, I believe is correct. In the night below, annotated edition, by a renowned Serenian explorer, Pizarro. I, Pizarro Diego Jose Francisco de Paula Juan Nepuanzo Maria de los Remedios Cipriano de la Santima Trinidad Ruiz Liafit de Ayo.
Serenians, man.
Southern Serenians. Vuxalazax, city of enchantment, power, and greatness, the capital city of the Underdark. Not the largest, nor the most beautiful. This is one of the oldest and holds the bulwark of Drow advancement. Here the Domina resides. The city is split into several distinct districts, populated by hostile drow. Here every act you take, every word you utter is watched, heeded, and weighed. Outsiders are rare and untrusted, so it was vital to know how to act and what to not do. Herein is such knowledge which has allowed one to survive within. So it may be of some aid to thee. And in brackets, it may surprise you to learn that outsiders can in fact walk around a drow city and are not just locked up in cages. Surfacers are not trusted and may be arrested a little and could be executed as spies slightly. But if one avoids acting suspicious, one should be mostly fine. Perhaps some Katanzarians might believe. Le Quartier Exalted Quarter. Gated, reserved, open, and isolated. Okay.
What?
I just love the contradictions within the initial. Here the houses of governance rests, as does the court at which judgments are handed down. Split and surrounded by a chasm, here one must walk with a light. To not do so is a crime, if caught.
That is this area.
Yes.
With the
Brackets
all-
is-
Maybe the area we went through.
No. When you went to your trial, it was.
Yeah.
But recently, you just came down in this area. This is the exalted area.
Yeah.
And then in brackets it is unlikely you will be invited within, however. L'auteur de la vengeance sans fin. The altar of external vengeance. Tulath worshippers gain much from worshipping here. Sacrifices and offerings are made here. One of the older temples, it is often wet with blood. Le Jardin des Lions. The Garden of Tears. In the court where decisions on issues are handed down by the 3 high priestesses and the general advocate. This open-air court is where several crimes may be judged, or issues of land or titles. La Celle de la Comté. Comté. The Hall of Conquest. The dwelling and seat from which the leader of the Drow nation resides. The priestess most high. The Domina. Am I doing all of it?
Well, I can't
I'm
read
looking
those.
at
I can't read those words anyway. So.
I don't know. I don't speak Gaelic.
Fine, I'll do the whole thing.
But none of us speak French on this side.
I don't speak French.
Clearly
Oh,
you
we
do.
clearly do.
La Salle des Chagrins.
Oh, sorry, speaks Drow.
The Hall of Sorrows. The fabulous palace where the functionaries of the government go about the business of running things. L'Arc de la Domination. If you can't work out what this means, you're too stupid to survive. This facility, if not only a work of cruel art, I'm guessing that supposed to be is not only a work of cruel art, but a functional complex staffed by clerics and mages. No men are allowed within it, but may pass under it. Local legend says that if you pass beneath it with your eyes shut and do not stumble, trip or bump into anything, your wish may come true. Les Solitaires Explorent. The Lonely Lover. It was a temple being built by a husband and wife team. When he died, she abandoned building it and instead took to living within. Her pain and grief turning to cruel and powerful magics. The place is avoided because entering there results in bad things. Many go mad, others die, but a very few seem to have come out with a strange wisdom or powers. The woman within is thought to be dead, and only her detached spirit remains. She is called Dame Misericorde, or Lady Mercy. La terre des cristals evolutes. So invotuts? I'm actually not sure how to pronounce that. Invotuts. Workshop of enchanted crystals. The palace where the magical crystals are worked. Only chosen crystalliers may enter, no one else, not even the Domina. Not even the most insane tyrant has dared break this rule. Els Dishard. The current ruling house, their traditional home, helps block the bridge across the chasm. Dishard has a proud history of military might and support. Their house goddess is Toulouse, The current domina comes from Deshart. House Faria, the second most powerful house, colour purple. Their daughters are notable merchants and craftsdrow. Their most notable members are Brigitte, a princess of Louth, and Pierre Faria, the greatest general of the age in the city. Sir. The house goddess is Tothra. House Ledesma. Once a great house, now falling on very hard times, the once great Ledesma house now has a little to no assets, only a few borderline failing businesses. They've been reduced to seeking patronage from Faria, and have surrendered their second daughter as bodyguard to Brigitte Faria. Ledesma are a magical family and create magical abominations, or they did. Their ability to do so is almost nil now. The most notable member of this house is Sunshine, in quote marks, a masked woman of incredible musculature, feared by even the most proficient fighters. Their house colour is blue. Their patron goddess is Tothra. If a bodyguard is considered worth mentioning in a travel guide, she must be formidable indeed. P. House Vul. Vul is war. Their sons are all highly ranked soldiers, their women battle-hardened mages. Even the lowest members are craftsdrow, who make fine weapons. Vul has no people in positions of power, but are a force which cannot be ignored. Their support would sway any political war one way or the other, and as such have more to say than it would seem. The house colour is pink and black. The house goddess is Toulouse. Les Quartiers Relief, the raised quarter.
This area.
Yeah.
And so that's élevé. The better off live here, sorry. Old money homes and new money sit cheek to cheek. There's more room here. The river splits this quarter in two. The pit lies on one side of this quarter, where sacrifices are thrown. The high market is here, as is the low. Les sanctuaires d'élégance infinie. The sanctuary of eternal agony. A temple of love. Men are often dominated sexually here, some women too. The priestesses take their jobs very seriously and will not deploy punishments for sins and offences. Oh, I'm sorry, I will deploy punishments for sins and offences. Of course, you may not consider what they do to be a punishment. They don't care. The Founders Hall. A fortress dedicated to magical learning, said to be a maze of passages and stairs, filled with magic and promise. Only the most gifted may learn here. It cannot be labelled on any map. Founders of what exactly, I do not know. Les Purges des Sentences. The Well of Sentences. This dark bottomless pit is where sinners, heretics, and other criminals are thrown. Sacrifices are tossed, and the hopeless may jump. La Dame Tendresse, the Gentle Lady. An inn with a basement tavern. It is off the market on the main square. Comfortable beds, good ales, warm fires, and all-female serving staff, which, while it is unusual and even scandalous, means the serving staff are also the bouncers. Run by Mistress Mantan, renowned and rumoured to have the largest breasts in all of the Underdark. I think we've been here before. Like now. Tour de l'Eclipse. Tower of the Eclipse. A wizard's tower in the main square. No one can enter. The High Market. It's physically higher than the Low Market. The Low Market. Yeah. A darker, more dangerous market. The goods and services on offer may not be limited to what sits on the stall. Les Quartiers Submergés. Drowned Quarter.
Guess. Probably even those, but like mainly this.
A shoreside area of poverty and undersea themes. Do not turn your back to strangers, nor dare walk the streets without arms or spell. Here is where you will find the lowest of the low, the most envious and malicious creatures, be it drow or something else. Tour de la Volée Noire. Tower of the Black Veil. A dilapidated wizard tower, old and unmanaged, errant magic could singe the toes of the unwary foot. Tour de l'Esprit Sombre, Tower of the Dark Mind, a college of magic specializing in the dark arts. Oh, we've got another house de Zinder. This house is considered strange and uncouth even by drow. They dwell inside the subterranean volcano and produce abominations, such as the hulking Aldo, a drow rib with a number hulk it seems. Their serums can work wonders, but their experiments are foul and dark. Their colours are yellow and green. Their goddess is Melitor. Are you laughing because that's these dragon colours? We'll see at the freaking colours if you reverse it.
The Cinder.
Yeah.
Dezinda.
Dezinda.
And by the way, you can check the wrestling game. That
Does
house was named long before.
Yeah,
Just so
I
you
know.
know.
I was thinking that, yeah. Sanctuaire de la Révélation. Agonaste. The Temple of Agonizing Revelation. A waterfront temple to Lolth. This temple features heavy themes of self-discovery and also discovery in general. Also a fully featured dungeon. Le Quartier Sinister. The Dive Quarter. Or is it Dire Quarter? Is it Dire or Dive?
Dire.
It is Dire, okay. Here the Underdome is situated, where the tombs are kept. Here the surface farm is kept. The army trains here. There's a lovely garden and the animal pens. The public access to the cavernax is here. La Chapelle des Ténèbres Descentes. The Chapel of Dancing Darkness. Temple of Toulouse, the war goddess. Priestesses also look out across the Underdark from its towers, and they watch you. Within these walls and under them, master fighters train, and they train others. The Underdome. Here games are held. Here prisoners fight beasts and drow. Cheer and scream. Are you not entertained? The surface farms. An attempt to replicate surfacer farms and grow crops they have little access to. It is of mixed success. The beast pens. These pens house some of our beasts. They are trained here. The crypts. The dead who can afford it are kept within. Other locales. The Cavernax, an area of tunnels and chambers under the city. Here the Umberhulks are kept and the Driders are housed.
Yep.
Some even live here in the Warrens. Let's never go there. A port de la Umber, dark port. A harbour, and such a harbour as to freeze the blood, cold and dangerous. The ships that dock here bear sails that are not meant for any natural wind. If you're good, the guiding fire. A tower which burns with magic fire at its top to light the way home. Temple of Tothra. Looking out over the undersea, the temple is fitted with large frescoes of exploration and statues of intimate sex and birth. These works are destroyed and new ones built constantly. La Cascade de les Ombres. The Cascade of Shadows. A large waterfall not directly from the Darkfall, but it is fed by that same source. Les Fils de Crépuscule. The River of Twilight. A river which flows through the city, out into the deep. The deep! A large underground sea. When undisputed, it settles into a flat mirror. No, when undisturbed, it settles into a flat mirror. It is possible to get to the dwarven underport of Gloomfathom Bay, but it is also possible to fall victim to the unknowable horrors which dwell within its inky depths. Goddesses and culture. Melitor. Old drow goddess of war, pain and destruction, for the purpose of renewal. A form of Benadar and the Dark One. Worship of Melitor is not forbidden, but is considered quaint and old-fashioned. Lolth. Drow goddess of pain, mistress of the bedchamber and the confessional. Purports the belief that only in the extremes of pain can the true self be revealed. Practitioners of faith believe that only torture can reveal true truth. even if there's no suspicion of a lie. Similarly, one's true feelings and passions come out when in pain. Loth does not grant boons, help, or blessings. She grants worldly pleasures and boons to those who earn them. Toluth. Drow goddess of war, mistress of conquest, rapine, and the spoils of war. Practitioners believe that victory justifies all means, and the rewards therein are justly earned. She prizes arms, skill, and daring fearsome garb. Victory, conquest, and rape are the ways to gain favour, blessings, and submit petitions for aid. Adherents believe that suffering and torment strip away uselessness and hone one to a sharp edge. Thoth. Is it Thothra? That's the pronunciation, I'm guessing. It's supposed to be Thothra? Thothra. Drow goddess
Or
of
Tothura.
Tothura. Drow goddess of renewal, sex, and creation. Practitioners believe that destruction paves the way for new things and is good, so long as it is followed by a new thing. They believe in invention and exploration. Devotees of Thothra delight in making things and destroying things. Many adherents can be seen pondering a beautiful building, wondering what it would be like to bring it down and what could be made in its place. Drow goddesses seem to all involve the bedchamber, a most delightful and needful facet to their religion and life. All surface lands should embrace. I offer my services to explain this to the ladies of any township except Hortense. P. Aha.
It's your friend.
A man of distinction and culture. City is ruled by the 3 high priestesses, one for each of the prominent Drow deities. They have no official order and are by considered equal. Although High Priestess Haidna of Tholoth is considered to be the most eminent and respected of the 3 informally. And indeed, even the Domina rarely gainsays her. In this, the triumvirate priestesses are actually led by her, if not officially. It is her word, her counsel, that the Drow remain at peace, which actually seems to be the primary reason raids to the surface or even to the dwarf cities have been reduced over the last 100 years. Indeed, Drow hostility is greatly reduced under her unofficial rule. These 3 women hold court in the Garden of Tears regularly and oversee high justice. To the people, they are a more visible and recognizable rule than the Domina, and it is more likely they will have a direct contact with them, although that contact is punitive and not usually sought after. Domina Casadera is an impressive figure, and then it's got a note, the figure 8 to be exact. Vital and powerful, she has no rivals and no contenders for her throne. Should she die in office, high priestesses would oversee the selection of the next dominant, likely one of their own number. Haidna refused last time, which led to Casadera being chosen as domina. In fact, many Drow remember still. Despite the rigid order of things, Drow hold dear. They believe in freedom. Each house is free to run themselves as they see fit, to govern themselves as they will, so long as they do not cross the rulers or rules. Each district is governed by its governess. The government of the Drow holds the reins loose. Titles. Drow set a great store by titles and stack them upon one another. It should not be surprise the traveller to be introduced to Mistress Matron Mammon Cruelheart, such and such. There are many, but some of the more entertaining ones I have listed below. Matron/Matron Mother. The supreme female leader of a Drow noble house, this title carries immense power and authority. High Priestess, the highest ranking priestess in a Drow community or temple, often associated with religious and mystical leadership. Sorcerer Lord/Sorcerer Mistress. Titles for Drow spellcasters who wield considerable arcane power. The gender-specific variations reflect their prowess and status. Weapon Master, a skilled warrior who has risen through combat and training. They command respect in the martial realm. Shadowblade, an elite assassin or rogue recognized for their exceptional stealth and lethality. Lesser versions include Shade Edge, Dark Stroke, and dimster it. The last one may have been a jest. Indeed, diminutization of a title lesser can either be an insult or a jest, as I am sure Princess Poke to be. P. Archmagus. Reserved for the most accomplished and powerful drow, spellcasters, especially those who have mastered various schools of magic. Counselor. A drow who serves as an advisor to the ruling matron or leader of a house, providing counsel on matters of politics and strategy. Mistress/Master of Chains. An enforcer and order, responsible for maintaining discipline and control within drow society, often connected to law enforcement and security. Spider Keeper. A title given to individuals who oversee the breeding and management of spiders, which are highly valued creatures in drow culture. Noble Blade. A title for drow warriors who have proven themselves in battle and earned a place of honor amongst their people. Artificer Lord/Lady. An expert in drow craftsmanship and magical item creation, this title is associated with skilled artisans and enchanters. Cruel Heart, a title that may be used to denote a drow with a fearsome reputation, perhaps due to their cruelty or combat prowess. Bloodseer, drow seers and diviners who have the ability to read the threads of fate and foresee events, often consulted for guidance. Darkweaver, a drow who excels in manipulating shadows and illusions, using their abilities for strategic advantage or subterfuge. For example, take the example of Cruelheart. Warlash, Battle Mistress, Mammon, Mistress of Chains, General Satoru Desard. The newer titles owned go later. To interpret, she is an arena champion of deadly virtue, a distinguished soldier with several successful campaigns under her belt. A dedicated soldier who has attained rank for commander, a leader of her house, or co-leader directly under the mistress. A captain of the guard responsible for ordering the guards and seeing to law enforcement. One who has attained the highest tier of soldiery, commanding campaigns and battle overseeing strategy. Her name is then the last, culminating in the litany. Let us take a prominent male. Warglass Nobleheart, Battlemaster, Noble Blade, Weapon Master, General, Pierre Fire, Arm of the Dark. South Drow. The first Warglass is a higher form of a Warlash and has replaced it. Drow do not stack titles of the same vein, except as a jest. So let us translate. A gifted or elite soldier who has served in the Blood Guard. An arena champion of honourable virtue. A distinguished soldier with several successful campaigns. One who has taken and survived a serious injury in order to protect his superiors from direct attack. A master of a certain kind of weapon and fighting. One who has attained the highest tier of soldiery. Then his name, and finally after his name, the temporary title Arm of the Dark, meaning the supreme commander of the armies of the Drow. When he no longer fills this rank, it will move before his name. It is important to note that if a male possesses the title of equal rank to a female title, and then in brackets, not a male-only title such as Weapon Master, in brackets, it should be inferred he actually possesses more skill than the equivalent female, as males must prove themselves more to rise as high. Even so, males of equal rank are often still considered one step below the equal female by that custom. There is a notable exception to the Drow title conventions, that of Domina. Except on very formal occasions, the Domina is only ever introduced as simply Domina. However, the current Domina's full title is Fate Weaver, Fast Strider, Dark Weaver, Light Bearer, Matron, Mother, Exemplar, Most High, Anointed of the Dark, Priestess, Most High, Umbral, Magnificence, Eminence, Domina, Cassadera, the Watcher of the Crystal, the Heart of the Drow, Empress of the Night Below. Oh.